Prime Minister Narendra Modi is in Tianjin in China for the Shanghai Cooperation Organization or SCO Summit, a landmark visit for many reasons. First, this was Modi's first trip to China in 7 long years. Second, it comes as leaders of Russia, India and China share the same stage while US President Donald Trump is hitting both India and China with tariffs and India with penalties over Russian oil. And third, Pakistan was also in the same room with India just a few months after the Operation Sindoor. So what did India get out of this summit? Let's decode. On August 31st, Prime Minister Narendra Modi met Chinese President Xi Jinping. Both leaders spoke of mutual trust, border security and trade. Xi offered 4 proposals: strengthen communication, expand cooperation, pursue win-win growth and safeguard common interests. Modi responded positively to these proposals. The first immediate outcome was resumption of direct flights and a simpler visa process between India and China. Beijing also eased restrictions on exports of rare earths, fertilizers and tunnel boring machines. Now, India remains cautious as there are challenges to a complete reset with China. First is the border issue as China still keeps claiming land that belongs to India. Second, the $99 billion trade gap. India may not open its markets to China before this trade deficit is addressed. Third, China is also Pakistan's key backer and India knows that. So India has to be cautious with this reset. New Delhi is also set to hold the Quad Summit this year with reception of Australia, Japan and the US too. The alliance is seen as a counter to China's dominance in Indo-Pacific. And this will be India's test of balancing and its commitment to solve issues with China. Then came Russia. President Putin arrived slamming Western sanctions. Modi met him soon after a phone call with Ukrainian President Zelensky, signaling India's balancing act. Putin called Modi a dear friend, while Modi stressed strong India-Russia ties and hopes for peace in Ukraine. And this meeting too was a strong message to the United States. Now let's talk about the United States itself. India-US relations are at a historic low. President Donald Trump has slapped 50% tariffs on India over its trade with Russia. Reports say that Trump even scrapped plans to attend the Quad Summit in India amid tensions with Prime Minister Modi. According to the New York Times report, Trump personally called Modi 4 times seeking a Nobel Prize endorsement and credit for the India-Pakistan ceasefire request that Modi politely brushed off, saying that the decision was made between the two countries individually. This has created a new reality, or maybe it is not new anymore. While Washington pressures New Delhi on Russian oil and trade, it is simultaneously exploring deals with Moscow for itself, as per some reports. For India, that's a real red flag. And the message from New Delhi is very clear. It will not let US tariffs and arm twisting dictate its foreign policy. By engaging with Beijing, Moscow, and while still working with Japan and Australia, India is showing that it has options. And then comes Pakistan. Prime Minister Shehbaz Sharif also landed in China, but India dominated the stage. Modi called out the double standards on terrorism, thanking countries that supported India after the Pahalgam attack. The SCO condemned the attack and said that the perpetrators, organizers and sponsors of such attacks must be brought to justice, even as Pakistan sat in the very same hall. China too acknowledged that both India and China face terrorism. Meanwhile, Sharif's awkward attempt to grab Putin's attention became a social media moment, once again leaving Pakistan looking sidelined as Putin and Modi walked past the Pakistani Prime Minister like he wasn't even present over there. So what's the big takeaway from this SCO summit? India carefully played its cards, cautiously reopening channels with China, reaffirming its friendship with Russia, calling out Pakistan and sending a very strong signal to the US. What do you think about this? Let us know in the comments, and like, share and subscribe to ET Now for more such news and views.
If you like this video, then like, share and subscribe to ET Now.